Okay, maybe I've got this going. I want it to go for 10 minutes or it'll all go out. All I'm going to say is right here at the beginning is I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I'm the only daughter of King Edward VIII, who married my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe. Reason I'm showing you this, and maybe you can put it together, because it's really a mess. I'm run from place to place, and no money, and I'm allergic to chemicals. I put all this up before on all the videos that are now I don't really have access to upload on them. And my Twitter account is locked because somebody got it. Well, I know who started this, Angela Queen. So that name in itself tells you something, the Queen. I'm Victoria II, legal heir to the British Crown. My dad never married Wallace Simpson. It was a total takedown of my father, me, and the British government, which the United States and the New World Order control. The New World Order now is the United Nations. All right, now, this is a woman that claimed to have married my dad, and they became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. And that's a total lie. That is a made-up title for them. They are imposters. And I want to say this. There's a woman that claims to be the daughter of my father. Well, this is 4 years, I believe, after they kidnapped me. She's talking about the imposter is her father. Then she's putting up on Facebook and everywhere, making videos, and she's getting news coverage. And she's saying now that Wallace Simpson, poor little Wallace Simpson, had a daughter that was, well, I don't want to go on because I don't know the circumstances, adopted out or something. And this woman claiming to be, her last name's Kagi, Windsor Kagi, which she put the Windsor in. And I'm going to spend all my time mentioning her when she's a fraud. I have to wonder why she has all this access and all this money it takes to live and go online all the time and make up the lies. While I'm running around getting beat up, and I hope you get to see it, is how I've been beat up. Okay, and I have no money. I'm limited to nothing. Now, I want to show this, and I'm going to let some of you people put it together. I show the Hustler magazine over there because Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, when I was doing a book on mind control murders done in patterns that deliberately so they can be proven. And later, 3 years later, and I'm skipping what they did to me. I put it up on all those videos before. I was flown out to Flint's home in Bel Air at the time, twice in October. I became a candidate at that time. I was living on the street to replace Larry McDonald, U.S. Congressman and doctor, urologist, who I had written about in the book, and all hell broke loose. I had a letter from the FBI on June the 23rd, which happens to be the real King Edward's birth date, who is my father. And I'll spend all my time on this. I had a letter from William Harper way back then, and all this is still happening. Now, I want to just kind of scatter around there. I'm going to cut this off in 10 minutes because they were rejected. I can't get back to my account to upload. I want to put this down. This is my father. This woman never married my father. That's Wallace Simpson. This is the double with Simpson. It's all a lie. A person who is, my understanding, is U.S. Marshal, but he's also FBI. Got this from the library, he said. But it's the 100-year seal put on a total lie and takedown of my father. It's Wallace and her secret lover. You should read the lies that they've got in here about my father. And now I'm afraid this is going to go out. It's total lies. That's not my father. This is the imposter who has to be the father of Simpsons if that's true, that Ms. Kagi is printing, daughter and her father. Now then, I'll get lost, and I don't even have any of it up here, hardly, trying to explain some things. My own uncle helped kidnap me. Roosevelt, the Kennedys, Joe Kennedy, and come to find out they're related somehow to part of the WINDSOR family. And I want to say this, and again, she's getting time when, look at me. I want to say to her, Kagi, or whatever her name is, I've just blocked her. She's getting all this time for lies. You have to wonder why. So anyway, I want to go back. This is Larry Flint and an endorsement they did. And this is my sons, Mark and Scott. And no, Kagi, and again, I'm mentioning her, so she's inserted herself in this very well. My sons do not look like your kids, if you have them, like you mentioned something about, look like your kids or this other woman that's supposed to have kids by Wallace Simpson, and the imposter, let me add. They don't look like my kids. This is one of the mind control murders, and guess who she's for? This is Gabby Gifford. She's married to Mark, a twin to Scott Kelly. They're both astronauts. That goes back to Huntsville, where they brought me when they kidnapped me, about 40 miles to Moulton, Alabama. Now then, if I wanted to get this, JFK, the father helped do it, and come to find out, Churchill ordered my father's files, my birth and the marriage to my mom, burned. This is Winston Churchill. All these people's reputation would be ruined because they're all a bunch of liars. They defamed a beautiful man, my father, and they're still doing it. So now, I want to go over to the mind control murders. When April the 1st of 80, I had antifreeze put in me, and I should have died. Nobody's been held accountable. This is after the letter from the FBI, U.S. Attorney Harper. Now, I want to say this. I had gone the middle of March out to Laura Mae Childers, who's a sister of John, my husband. And because so much was going on and happening to me and my children, I was going out there and stay with her for a couple of weeks, and she was going to see if she could help me find a job. If I got one, I was going to move my children out there. Well, it was all okay till I got to Mesquite, which is where the shootings the person that shot the cops, the policemen and everything, had a beautiful home there in Mesquite. He's programmed. And if this is ever laid out, you'll see it like it is. But anyway, in 80, I was on my way out there. I got to Mesquite, spent the night with all the money I had, and Laura told me that I could go back. I was no longer welcome. So I go back, and I don't have an apartment. My ex-husband has taken it over, and they let him at Laurelwood Apartments. So I could go on and on. This has been put up. But these murders, like the shootings there, you can decode it, and it leaves a message. And then you can go, Laura Childers now lives and has for a while in Lockhart, Texas, Caldwell Fields. That's where the balloons went down. And I said that it was probably blanked out of the person that was in charge of the balloon rides, and he didn't even know it was hitting the wires or whatever. But it's in Caldwell Field, which I'm going to show you this. This has to do, and I can't put it up there because this is going to go out. This is Caldwell Fields. This on Appalachian Trail in Blacksburg, where these two were killed. Heidi Childs, using part of the Childers' name, is a daughter of Don Childs. He's a retired Virginia state trooper. His wife's name is Laura Childs. Now then, they were gunned down here. They're dead. Nobody's paid for it. It was a mind control killing. And I'm going to let this go here because I'm going to leave it to someone out there that can help, because there's no way I can redo all this and get it together. I can't even stand up. So I'm going to tune this off